What are the consequences for an average international to that?
Well, it's a question very close to my heart because it impacts me.
Yeah.
From January next year, I will lose my 30% ruling. I think the biggest consequence for people, I mean, there's clearly an underlying income tax impact. Probably the biggest consequence that people haven't thought about, though, actually relates to the global wealth tax and the fact that there's a tax on all assets or most assets worldwide. And that, for somebody who may have built up some sizable assets in another country, is a pretty significant impact. There's a whole bunch of other impacts related to mortgages and homes people have built, and the fact that there's no grandfathering in, I think, is what's upset the expat community so very much. But probably, as I think about it, the income tax is one thing, but people should be very aware of the wealth tax implications as well.
And can you give an example what the implication would be?
Well, the implication is that there's a percentage payable on worldwide assets. And so if someone has substantial assets in another country, before, those assets were irrelevant to the Dutch government. There was no tax on those assets. They were held outside the US, outside the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So they were just paying income tax on their Dutch income less than 30%.
Yes.
Now, not only are they paying
And
Dutch
this is
tax
starting from January on, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So as of the 1st of January, the Dutch government will want to know what your worldwide assets are, and then you will be taxed on those worldwide assets.
And that's quite a change for a lot of people.
It's an enormous change.
And what percentage are we thinking of?
I believe it's one or one and a half.
It's around
Something
one.
like
The
one.
government sets it each year. It's around 1 to 1.5%.
Yeah, okay. So suppose you did some saving in your home country, it's still there on the bank. It wasn't part of your, let's say, conscience because you were living here and you said, like, that's safely on the bank, it's fine. And now suddenly you have to report it and pay tax over it because you live here.
Correct. And the Dutch government defines not only the percentage but also the assumed interest rate based on the size of the investment. So, for example, if you had $500,000 US in the US, they automatically assume a particular rate of interest, whether you receive that rate of interest or not. And then they tax that.